Wazz here again. I think I should point this out before I move on with the video. I just realized I don't have low light. I haven't tested these cameras in low light. I don't have night shots of it. So, what's the essence of making a full review when you haven't tested all features of the camera in every situation possible? So I'm gonna have to take the decision to make another video. I'm gonna go ahead with this one, but I'm gonna cut short the parts where I have to talk about the cameras, not going into detail, and have a separate video about 2-3 minutes of just me talking about just the cameras, so you understand how much you're getting from it. So for this video, there's not going to be so much talk about the cameras, although I'm going to mention a few things about it, and not just the cameras, about the battery as well. So there's going to be 3 videos fully covering a review of the Galaxy A33. So this one, as you know, is mostly made out of plastic. Samsung says recycled material, whatever it is they say, it's plastic at the back, and it's a matte finish at the back, so it's not some kind of slippery plastic. It's matte finish, so it doesn't quickly or easily just slip off your fingers, so it doesn't feel like it wants to slip off your fingers or fall off your hands when you're using them. So with my experience with this phone, after 1 week, I feel like you could easily just use this without a case. You don't have to be thinking of using a case for it, because you're scared it might fall off your hands. Unless the case is slippery. But then if you're buying a case for beautification, I think you can go ahead with it. Now, when you think about plastic, I just need to point this out. When you think about plastic, start to think about cheap, right? It's cheap, it's less expensive and all that. It doesn't look cheap, it doesn't feel cheap, right? Although it's an A30 device, it doesn't look cheap, it doesn't feel cheap, even though it's made out of plastic mostly. It's IP67 rating, so IP67 rating, no headphone jack on a device like this at this level. You start to imagine, what is Samsung trying to pull off here? So IP67 rating though, let's just deal with that. On this price range, on this level of a mid-range device, IP67 rating, I think it's something that would make this phone start to be wanted by a lot more people, because now it's not just durable in terms of it having current Gorilla Glass 5 and all that, but now it's dust and water resistant, so I don't have to get scared when my phone falls in water, or when I'm close to water with the phone and I have to stand some distance from the source of water, because if it falls in, I'm doomed, because it's not rated for water resistance. So I think that's a very good addition to a device at this price range. For some reason, I'm thinking that's overkill. For an A30 device, I think you shouldn't really have all that, but for whatever reason, you see Samsung starting to add all that into it and increase the price. All that is making the price go up. So I think enough talk about the durability. Let's get on with the insides of the phone. But before we go inside, let me just say a few things about the camera. Although I've said I'm not going to talk in detail about it. So this camera, for the target audience, the target group, and the market which it is targeted at, is going to be impressed by the camera. It's going to feel wowed by it. At this level, you're getting such good cameras, such stabilization of a footage, such vibrant images, the color retention, the saturation. I'm a camera guy, so I've seen way better than this, and I feel like this is enough for this level. At this level, this is okay, and it's going to pretty much do what it's supposed to do for the target group, which is social media kings and queens, people who basically sleep on social media, they wake up on social media. Those who are going to buy this phone are going to be impressed by the cameras. So inside we have One UI 4 slapped onto Android 12. The Android operating system, One UI, coupled with 6 GB of RAM with a 90 Hz refresh rate, and the Super AMOLED display just gives it that vibe of smoothness, motion and gestures and everything, movement on the phone, and the animations, when apps are opening up, apps are closing and moving from one app to another. It's just so smooth, and it's a Super AMOLED display. I mean, that's what you expect. And Samsung being the biggest smartphone display manufacturer is, that's the deal. That's what you're supposed to get. This is a Samsung device. You're supposed to get one of the best out of it, if not the best. One UI is actually one of the smoothest UIs I've experienced on a smartphone. It's so smooth. Everything is just so simple. Although there's bloatware on it. Samsung. When you say bloatware, a lot of people think that's bad. It's not. It's Samsung's apps. This is a Samsung device, and you expect to see Samsung. I mean, Samsung still wants you to use their apps, so you have a lot of the apps like SmartThings, Samsung Pay, Galaxy Wearable, Samsung Health. I've used Health. I feel, from the days of the Galaxy S7, where you have the sensor at the back of your phone, and all you need to do is put your finger on the sensor, and you could, check your heart rate and stress levels and all that for you. The processor is an Exynos processor. It's not Snapdragon, so it's Samsung's own built processor, and it's not geared towards hardcore gamers. So this isn't a gaming processor. Although it's 5G, that doesn't mean it's strong enough to handle heavy gaming. I mean, if you game once or twice a week, you play Call of Duty mobile, twice a week or something, that doesn't make you a gamer. So yeah, you still fall in this category. You could still use this phone. The processor is still going to handle your gaming very well. It's still going to do the job for you. This is going to be one of the last things I'm going to see. The battery section is also another part which I going to make a separate video about, but still mentioning it. Samsung says it's going to last you 2 days, and that 2 days is based on average use. It's not using the phone heavily for a day and it's still going to last you 2 days. No, but I have some questions about that 2 days. Is it 48 hours? That's 2 days, right? Or is it okay, I get to the next morning or the morning of the second day and the phone goes dead? That's also 2 days, right? At what percentage am I entering the second day with? Is it 50% battery? Is it 10% battery? And that's why we're doing a review for that. So just subscribe to stay tuned for the full battery review. But Samsung did say on average use it's supposed to last you 2 days. And this is a 5,000 mAh battery. A lot of you guys are using 5,000 mAh batteries. You know how long 5,000 mAh battery is supposed to last you. Putting this phone on 90 Hz refresh rate is going to drain the battery much faster. Now, my final verdict on this: the target group of this phone, target market of this phone is going to be impressed by this phone. Is going to feel wowed by it, not just the camera, but the display and whatever is inside. This isn't for gamers, so the processor is just going to do its job, perform well. Social media kings and queens, you will love this. You're going to take your quick snaps, videos, and it's geared towards that. It's geared for you. Awesome is how Samsung is selling the A series this year, so it's gonna do the job. I feel like you should wait for the camera and battery videos before you can definitely conclude on the Galaxy A33. But this is one part out of 3 videos that I'm going to be making. I feel like I've covered most of it in this one. I'll see you on the successive 2 videos, but before then, stay safe, peace out, and this is the Galaxy A33. Awesome 33.